10th grade students is your success is also a function of your coming together and working well together to help each other. And we hope that you see, and you know that we see that in you. And as you progress into grades 11 and 12, more and more of your success will be determined by how well you do together in terms of studying, supporting, and creating a safe and open and engaging environment for each other. So, to begin, it's a pleasure to call up to the stage Mr. Jonathan Hartig, who will present the first JAG Excellence Award.
In preparation for this event, I checked out this student on ManageBack this morning. There were lots of 8s. So academically, very strong, even in art. This student even joins our very competitive games of lightning without fear. The student is the first one to grab one of the power tools, my advisory, and they also said to me, I really want to buy a belt sander. I'd say that's proof of being completed. Congratulations, Nomi. Next we have Mr. Carry On.
Okay, I'll be presenting 2 awards today. First award, the JAG Excellence Award, goes to a student who not only performs at a very high level academically, she also willingly takes on new challenges and challenging tasks, both inside and outside of the classroom. She genuinely cares about her community, family and friends, and she's a proven project manager who simply gets the work done. Our ISD French-speaking community will forever be indebted to you and your team for the tremendous service and action task you're undertaking this semester, and we're truly grateful for your ideas and initiatives. More about this task will be shared with the faculty and students in the coming weeks, and I'm really excited about the final product. It is with great pride that I present this award to my fellow Swede with the funny Skånska dialect, Bianca Ljungdén. Somehow, I always seem to forget that this next student is still only a 9th grader. But she is on course to complete 10th grade mathematics this year, extended level. She is not one to boast about her exploits and achievements, no. She is the silent achiever who truly exemplifies the IB learner profile elements of being knowledgeable and principled. She also has an artistic side, together with her academic achievements, serves as an exemplar of the balance we should all strive to be as international learners. It is with great pride that I present this award to ISD's next year's first ever DP Math student who's still a 10th grader. Congratulations. And now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Caitlin, and we'll give out the next one.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great pleasure I'm here today to present the JAG Excellent Awards to a grade 9 student who has embraced the core values of ISD, the qualities of excellence, change and creativity. It has been clear to all members of our faculty that this student demonstrates all of these qualities regularly and consistently. Joanne Coulet-Vicot. Joanne is a student who always approaches everything she does with interest, enthusiasm, determination and responsibility, with a positive and open mind, with curiosity, compassion and respect and care. Joanne works hard to achieve her full potential at the same time as being selfless in helping others achieve theirs and see how they can embrace the core values. So how and where does Joanne embrace excellence? Well, to quote Confucius, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys to unlock the door to personal excellence. Joanne certainly possesses the keys, and as a result, these traits, through continually striving to do better, through being conscientious and by managing her time well. She is a student who is eager to learn through initiating conversation, asking questions, finding out, as well as improving and developing her knowledge and understanding across many areas of school life. And what about change? Female leadership is a very much a topical discussion today and was summed up by the author Alice Walker, who said, "The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any." Joanne is a thoughtful and considerate female who shows characteristics of the will to create change. Joanne recently worked on an environmental project for school and has been instrumental in liaising with Sigrovis, a recycling company here in Dakar. Watch this space as our campus becomes a more 21st century environmentally aware community. This is an excellent example of female empowerment. Lastly, what about Joanne's ability to demonstrate creativity? To answer this, we must first understand what we mean. The actress Mary Lou Cook defined it as, creativity is inventing, experimenting, growing, taking risks, breaking rules, making mistakes, and having fun. Joanne demonstrates these traits across the board. To speak here of a couple of examples, on arrival at ISD in January of this year, she took a risk. She advocated for herself by approaching her maths teachers regarding moving to a more challenging class. Another example comes from Miss Riley, Joanne's creative arts teacher, who says, "Joanne puts forth maximum effort on all of her ceramic and sculpture projects. She spends a lot of her time brainstorming, documenting and personalising her work. She goes over and above by coming in during lunchtimes, as well as always being the first to arrive in class." I can't say enough positives about Joanne. She truly is a joy to have in class. We can certainly all agree that this is true and that Joanne is fully deserving of the award. So let's give a generous round of applause for Joanne. And now I invite to the stage Mr. Colin Crumpton, who will give the next award.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to take this out because it's better that way. I've told this story a lot of times, but I'm going to tell it again. It was February of 2020, and it was the last big sporting event we hosted on campus before COVID-19 hit. ISD Boys A team was playing ISD Boys B team. The score was tied with about 20 seconds left on the clock. There was a foul, there was a melee. Technical foul, 3 shots. The lanes had cleared out. Young man steps up. Boom, boom, boom. Donk. Missed the first one. Now look, tie ball game. You missed that first one. Okay? This young man, no sweat. Boom, boom, boom. And I mean, at that point, you could hear a pin drop, right? It's stopped. There's 200 people around the court. Take the lead, 1 point, all right? Now, second shot to ice it. At the very least, they got to make a three-pointer to win. I don't know about y'all, but my stomach, I got butterflies right now, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Woo! That's what it was like. It was crazy. That was the single most exciting sporting moment I've been a part of at ISD. I'm sure a lot of you know who I'm talking about right now. I ain't gonna speak his name. Telling this story this time is a little bit more significant because this individual is moving on to a new learning community next year. And since I found out about him moving on to a new learning community, I've taken the time to learn more about this individual through the High School Student Leadership Council, where he's an active member, through after-school activities and sports, where I see him out there every day, and also just impromptu chats at lunch. I always try to stop by their section at lunch just to say what's up. And so I've learned that this individual is genuinely kind. Even when he's upset, and when he's justifiably upset, he's kind about it. He's respectful. He shows dignity toward others at all times. Related to that, he's honest. If I need honest feedback, fair, honest feedback from a student at the school, I know that I can go to this individual and he's going to tell me the truth. And sometimes, in fact, many times, leaders need to hear the truth. And so he does that in a kind, respectful, but honest way. He's brave. And I mean, like, taking risks. You know, he did not step away from taking that ball at that last minute and sinking 2 shots to win the game. But he'll speak truth to power. He'll come and he'll tell people the way things should be. He appreciates hip-hop from the early 2010s. Even though I did the math, my man was in kindergarten when some of these albums came out, but he still has appreciation for it. And so Anuj, I want to tell you honestly that you're going to be truly, genuinely, and humbly missed. Anuj Mohanty, congratulations. And I would like to welcome Mr. Andrew Carpenter to come up and present the award.
Good afternoon, everybody. Watching the Grade 11 and Grade 12 Excellence Awards just before, I realised I never got the memo about how long the speech should be, or the fact that I'm not supposed to say the name until the end of the speech, because all I've written is Flora, I adore you, we need more Flora. Actually, I have written a little bit more. Okay, so Flora joined ISD partway through the academic year 2.5 years ago, and that's a difficult way of joining the school. But she immediately made a hugely positive impact on her teachers, on her peers, on the ISD community. She's an amazing young lady. Her teachers describe her as self-motivated, responsible, mature, artistic, creative, energetic, diligent, hardworking, always motivated, intellectually curious, a natural-born leader. Flora spent a number of weeks online this year, and yet she was still one of the most active members of her class. Her personality shined through, and that's the loveliest part of Flora, her personality. Forever smiling, enthusiastic, she brings joy to everything that she does. Although she's done brilliantly academically and in many of the arts, singing, performing arts, visual arts, it's not always been easy for her. She has struggled, she's lacked confidence at times, but she's always willing to try, always willing to contribute, and always willing to fail. And they're the keys to success. Flora leaves us at the end of this year to join UWC school in Cardiff. And that seems a simple thing to say. But getting into a UWC school is an achievement in itself. A national committee decides whether you're good enough to get into that school. Whether you have the ability to succeed in all areas of life, to be a leader of the future, to be a change maker of tomorrow. Flora is that future leader and is a deserved winner of a JAG Excellence Award. And now Mr. Wilson would like to say a few words. Save the best for last, yes?
All right, before I begin, I would like to tell you a bit about myself. My name is Mr. Wilson, and this was my first year at university. And I want to say a big thank you to my grade 10s that are all up there and some of you in the back. Thank you very much. I had the pleasure of having all of you this year, every single one. And you guys did a fantastic job making me feel very welcomed and making me feel very much a part of this community, so thank you. So, it's the end of the year, we've got to hand out the JAG Excellence Awards. And his name pops up on the list. And right away I knew I wanted to tell a story about this particular student. So, rookie mistake, new to the school, and the audience can help me with this a little bit. You know, as a teacher, you hand out an assignment, you do the work, that sort of thing, and in the end, you say the words that every student really never wants to hear you say. Now we're going to reflect on our process. And you guys make what sound? Yeah, exactly. So then I'm reading these reflections, and they're like terse little things, like, I need to work on my time management, I gotta write more words. And that sort of thing. And then I get this last reflection, and it's, come on, like 4 solid paragraphs of ATL skills and strengths, weaknesses and strategies. And I looked over at the student and I was like, man, that's a reflection and a half. And the student looked at me and she said, this is not my first time in the OYP, you know. But the reality was, this student is definitely an inquisitive student. There's always the multitude of questions you get when you hand out a new assignment. What about this? What do I do this? And then, you know, and those questions start to fade. Students go off and do the work, but not this student. Not this student. She would consistently be at my desk at the beginning of almost every single class, asking more and more and more questions about the assignment, up until, you know, the day before it was due, that sort of thing. That's the kind of persistent student that this particular young lady is. I asked around with some of my colleagues, and I said, describe this student to me, please. And this is some of the descriptors I got back. Independent, precise, always willing to help her peers. And I thought this was most indicative. When in a group situation, apparently she is known for being the motivator who makes sure that everyone gets their work done. So, I mean, that's something in and of itself. And if that doesn't sort of give it away just yet as to which student I'm talking about, I'm very grateful to present this JAG Excellence Award to Anik.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, and all the teachers who are speaking on behalf of
excellence with our grade 10 and grade 9 students. Before I close out this short ceremony with a few words, I think it's really important we give a few people some important thanks in the usual way. So we've got a number of support staff and technical people who are live streaming this event around the world. We've got people with cameras taking photographs, and I think it's really important that we thank them for the work they're doing in this brand new wonderful venue that we're in today. So thank you to all those people and a round of applause. I think when we talk about excellence with and in our student body, it's also really important to know that you guys are served so well by excellence within the teaching faculty, and we had some small and short examples today of the excellence in public speaking and in recognising your wonderful qualities from our faculty. So for all of those people that spoke, and just as importantly for all of the people on faculty who've been working hard with you this year to draw out this excellence, I think it's also very important that we thank the teaching faculty, the wonderful teaching faculty of ISD, so thank you. We had the grade 11 and the graduating class of 2021 in here before for a similar ceremony, and we did the same with those guys, as I think it's important we do with you. So first of all, thank you to the grade 9 and for the excellence that you guys have shown this year, and if the grade 10 could thank and applaud the grade 9 for their excellence. And in return, the other way around, the grade 9 to thank the grade 10 for their excellence. As you've all just experienced, whether in this wonderful room or whether watching live, we've enjoyed a celebration of ISD excellence, and we can see that the qualities of all of our students manifest themselves in many different ways. It was superb before this ceremony to see the commitment from our whole community in celebrating our graduating class of 2021 with a walk throughout the community. So thank you all for turning out to celebrate them today. It's been just as wonderful to enjoy this celebration of a number of young people who epitomise that excellence throughout the life of the school. We know that each and every member of our community has excellence inside, and we continue to search for that in ourselves and in each other. As the 2021 graduating class continue the transition from ISD out into the wider world, we can say for sure that the foundations here of care, of love and courage will go with them as they take their next exciting steps. We look forward to seeing and hearing how they grow alongside the levels of excellence they will undoubtedly continue to display. And we also celebrate the qualities of you, our high school students today. And I think it's suffice to say that the class of 2021 are definitely one for whom you guys, the classes of 2023 and 2024, can strive to learn from and model in the coming years. We leave you with the wise words and the timeless words of Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, it's a habit. Thank you for your attention, thank you for your excellence, and in a moment, after a final round of applause, we'll dismiss you in different blocks of different groups of students. So thank you once again. I think perhaps
perhaps the simplest way to do this is if we start with
Students in the balcony, and if colleagues and faculty can help with this, if you make your way out to your last class of the day, guys, quickly and smoothly down the
stairs. Everybody else just wait. The next group will be the grade 10 students at the back. Just wait until the people in the balcony feel the exits. So just we thank you again in advance of your patience.